Hola, me llamo Grammar Gregorio, and today we're going to talk about direct object pronouns. This topic is so important that we're not even going to mess around with a wacky intro. Let's just get into it right away. First of all, I'd like to talk to you about what direct object pronouns are. On the left-hand side, we have singular DOPs, or direct object pronouns. We have me, which replaces me, te, which replaces you, lo, which replaces him. It could be it or you formal. La is her, it or you formal. On the plural side, we have nos, which is us. And we have los and las, which both mean them. Los, of course, being masculine, and las, of course, being feminine. And they both could mean you, plural. Let me talk a little bit more about those in just a minute. First of all, what is a direct object pronoun? In English, the majority of the DOPs that we would use would be it or them, but it could also be me or you or us. Those are just some examples. What does a DOP do? A DOP, again, is a direct object pronoun. First of all, direct objects receive the action of the verb in the sentence. They answer the question whom or what about the verb. The direct object can be a noun or a pronoun. Let me show you an example in English. Louisa is buying the blouse. Louisa is buying it. This right here is the direct object pronoun that we were talking about right here. It is referring to the blouse. I'll show you what that looks like in Spanish. Luisa compra la blusa. Luis buys the blouse. Luisa la compra. What you do is you insert the direct object pronoun before this conjugated verb. This means Luisa buys it, it being the blouse. It's la because the word la replaces la blusa, which is feminine, and it's singular. Here's another example. Quiero la camisa azul. That means I want the blue shirt. If you want to say I want it, and it is referring to that shirt, it's la quiero. Or you could say yo la quiero. The reason why it's la is because it's la camisa, feminine and singular. So again, the Spanish direct object pronoun is placed before the conjugated verb. However, if an infinitive follows the conjugated verb, the Spanish direct object pronoun could be placed before the conjugated or after or attached to the infinitive. For example, I want to buy black shoes. If you want to say I want to buy them, you could say los quiero comprar or quiero comprarlos. Notice how, again, los can go before the conjugated verb like we did before, or if there are two verbs, like there are in this line right here, quiero comprar, you can tack the word los onto this infinitive right here, comprarlos. Now listen up, you can't tack los to the end of a conjugated verb. It has to be an infinitive like comprar. Los is referring to the black shoes, and that's both masculine and it's plural. Here are some notes. If you just want to read this over, you're welcome to pause this and continue on. These are the notes that came from our text. I just like to go through a couple examples with you so you understand this better. Practice problem number 1. My friends buy sodas at McDonald's after school. Do you guys remember what sodas are? Los refrescos, right? If you want to say they buy them being sodas, it's ellos. Los compran. They buy is ellos compran. Los is the direct object pronoun. Los is talking about sodas. Los refrescos. You may have seen the word los before, meaning the, el, la, los, and las. Whenever this word is before a conjugated verb, it's a direct object pronoun. If you see el, la, los, and las before a noun, that's how you know that the word is the. That's how you know the difference between these. Another example, my sister watches a movie. The word movie in Spanish is la película, after school. Okay, so using a direct object pronoun, you'd say she watches it. What is it? It's the movie. Ella la mira. The verb mirar is to watch, so she watches is ella mira. It is la película. La is the DOP, so that's what we get right here. Ella la mira. Last example. My Spanish teacher talks a lot. He teaches us. Él nos enseña. He teaches is él enseña. The word us is nos. Nos has to go before the conjugated verb. The answer is él nos enseña. All right, here's the practice. But before I do that, there's one thing I want to point out here before I forget. One of the most commonly messed up DOPs is the word lo, because a lot of times you guys are used to el, la, los, and las. But just so you know, el is a definite article, but the word lo is the direct object pronoun. What that means is, if you're talking about el refresco, the soda, and you want to say, I want it, you'd say yo lo quiero. Because it's el refresco, it's masculine, lo is the DOP that you would use for that. Okay, so on the handout that you have, what you need to do for the first part here is you need to insert the direct object pronoun. If I were you, I would highlight the noun first so that you can understand this better. For example, it says, Hoy compro una blusa. That means today I'm going to buy a blouse. Okay, normally I wouldn't do that, but you're going to say, I buy it at the store Kohl's, or at Kohl's store. And so we need to know what it is. Is it going to be, me, te? Is it going to be nos? Is it going to be lo, la, los, or las? Una blusa. It's feminine and it's singular. So your answer should be la. Yo la compro en la tienda. So that was number one. Okay, so what we need to do now is to finish the rest of these. It would be helpful to highlight the noun in the first sentence to identify what is being replaced in the second sentence. That's my suggestion. And then the last part here, it says write the Spanish DOP that replaces it. For example, los estudiantes no quieren mucha tarea. So, what would be the direct object in the sentence? Write the Spanish direct object pronoun that replaces it. Think about it. I'm going to highlight it. Is it going to be that or that? The object is la tarea, which means homework. So the students don't want much homework or a lot of homework. The direct object pronoun, you'd say they don't want it. How do you say it when you're referring to homework? Did I give you enough think time? The answer is la. So then what you're going to have to do after you go through these, it says rewrite the statement underneath using a direct object pronoun. So you'd say the students don't want it. Okay? So you would say they don't want it being, they don't want a lot of homework. So you would say no la quieren. They don't want it. Or if you're going to be a little bit more thorough, you could say los estudiantes no la quieren, which means the students don't want it. And again, it is homework, because realistically, who wants homework, right? Awesome. This is Grammar Greg Audio. I hope you have learned something here. Good luck with this. Take your time and do it right.